we've sold our house. So what does that mean when it comes to puzzles? Well, it's a bit of a sad time for me because of what I have here, but for numerous reasons, it's the right thing to do. But I'll let you know. The biggest thing is I'm going to lose my giant puzzle room. Like I mentioned, I'm going to lose my giant puzzle room. We have sold the house. It was always in the plan. Thought it would be a little later than what we actually did, but there's a number of reasons why we did it this year, and we're very happy with the decision. The thing I'm not real thrilled about is I lose this nice puzzling space. Just gonna have to find another one, that's all. So that brings me to my 32,000 piece Ravensburger puzzle. As I mentioned earlier, this puzzle is 18 feet wide by about 5.5 feet high, and when it was originally bought, the idea was that it would fit on this end wall, and we actually, believe it or not, designed this house so that would fit there. It's not going to happen, but I was fairly certain it wouldn't for a while. I decided I didn't like the picture enough to take up a whole wall with it. So, but I still want to complete it. This is section number 5, which is complete. You saw that in my last video. So that still leaves me with 3 left. Today is June 29th. And we have to be out of the house by August 13th. That gives me, what is that? 31, 33, gives me about 46 days. Well, moving and everything else, not quite that many. But basically, I've got probably somewhere around 30 days or so, about a month, to finish the last 3 sections of this puzzle, which would be this panel and these 2 panels. So now I'm going to, well, not break it up. I'm going to break this into sections as I did the other ones, tape the back, store it in the box with the others, and then we'll open up another bag. Like I say, I just finished this one. I think we will move on to this one here. So it's going to take me a while. We'll get this all broken up, get it taped up, put it in the bag, and then we'll take it from there. So panel number 5 is all divided up into the 6 pieces as I did with the others. It's all taped on the back and it's carefully stacked back in the box. And then we opened bag number G, which is this one right here. Dumped it in here. That way I can hopefully keep the puzzle dust off the table as I sort from that box. Because as you can see, this is from a couple of other bags before. You can see how much puzzle dust comes out. So here we still have, that is H and I believe they are the last 2 bags. What are they here? No, they are D and H across these 2 right here. So now I'm working on this one. So throw all this stuff back in the box here. Saved the bags so that the numbering, everything's on them in case we have any issues. And put it in here. So now we need to do a sort of this piece here. It's a lot of dark, but I think to start with, I've got 2 large buckets there. I think we'll put this one in one, that in another. Then I'm not quite sure how the rest will go. We'll see. We've got lots of different, maybe this color I can pick out these reds, this green I can probably pick out. And I will have an edge along the bottom, which I found 1 piece already. So let's just sort of go through this bucket and see what happens with it. And we'll let you know once we got some sorting done. Well, the box is empty. Well, with the exception of the ever famous Ravensburger dust. So now we will take that and we will add it to our previous pile. I know this isn't all of it, but there we go. That's not too bad. That's That's not too bad. I know this isn't all of the dust I collected, but it's quite a bit of it. I think I threw out about the first 3, maybe 4 boxes, about 3 boxes, I think for sure. There might be 3 in there now. I'm on bag 6. So what have we got here? Well, let's take a look at our picture. And as I mentioned, I am working on the from below here down. I'm working on that bottom half here. So you can see lots of dark colors. So I started with this one right here, which is, I think pretty much most of it is in there. Because I did that up there, I knew what they were fairly easy, not fairly easy to recognize, but they were recognizable. The next biggest build, or the biggest building obviously, is that one. And I think we have the bulk of that in there. So we'll push those to a side. I think we have to start on the left side here. I find these large buildings with lots of pieces that look the same, you need to know what shape you're looking for. And if I can put the left half of the puzzle together first, I think that will help me as I get towards the right side. So then we have here, we have actually 2 here, which is my pieces of interest and stuff I want to start with. What I did there was I took these obvious greens. I also took all of the different blues I could find, which would give me all of those rooftops, and I took reds as well. So I've got a number of things I can work on there. I know this little bit here, I found that there as well. This building, I believe, is in here. So that's not too bad there. Then I have my wonderful black window frame pieces and my partial window frame pieces. And here we have edge pieces. And this one is just a mixture of browns. So what we're going to do, we will put the bottom edge together first. Then we will dig into my 2 pieces of interest and see how those go and see what we get together. So I'll clean the table off here and get things ready and set the camera up. And how long did that take? 3 hours, 15 minutes to sort. I think I was about 4 hours last time, so it's not bad. Maybe it's because I'm under pressure to finish the last 3 panels that I went a little quicker. I'm not sure. So we'll set the camera up and do a little bit of work. Well, I got my 2 buckets of interest empty. Went not too bad. Obviously, there was a lot more pieces in there than I really knew where they went. So, got a few things done. Let's take a look at the picture here. This here is this little guy right up here on the top here. We got that done. This here gives us this up here. We've got this here done, which is there. Some number of blue areas down here. This is my largest piece connected together as the building with the red below it there. That's not too bad. Some tops of water towers. A little bit down here, another bit more on the border, and the this little bit down here as well. So we did get some done. So I'm gonna have to kind of tidy it a bit, put them in a little bit of place where they may go, and I'm gonna have to break into another bucket. Probably I will break into this bucket of grays, and I think there I should find a lot of this building here, and I might find a bit of this stuff up here. So because that's quite concentrated in one area of the puzzle, I think that would be a good logical one to do next. So we'll do that and then we'll check in with you later. Well, the bucket of gray pieces is empty. The bulk of them went here. There's still some spread out. There's more windows here that come down. If I look at this here, we've only got down to about here, so there's quite a bit more there to go. So those pieces are there, but I've also found that lots of them are mixed within my bucket of brown ones I had. I had that in here, but I put it into the box so I could turn them all up. And I've managed to find some to do this area. But if I look at my picture here, this here is also brown, which goes beside that, plus this bottom building in the corner. So I think the best bet is to work my way through this bucket and see if we can get some of these brown buildings done across the bottom. And then we'll kind of have to take it from there. Time for an update. Where are we at? Okay, let's look at the buckets first. Well, as I think I showed last time, the gray bucket was empty. This is what's left of my bucket of brown pieces. As you can see, the bulk of them are here. And here. There's still a few more spread around, but got most of that under control. Managed to connect together. I pulled out the pieces. This is the side of the picture here. Oh, wrong page. I went through the bucket of these pieces here and pulled out these angled edge pieces, which is all of these, and managed to do, which allowed me to connect that portion up there to this down here. So we've connected a few things together, managed to connect that together in that corner. Here, well, this won't connect because we have the bar through the middle here. So now, what's up now? Well, we've got a scattering of pieces around. I kind of know where they go, so they kind of sit roughly in the area where they go, except for this is a bit of a mismatch right here, so we haven't figured this part out yet. So to kind of look at that, see what to do there. What next? Well, I've got 3 main buckets left. I've got some there I'll pick away at. This is my miscellaneous, or I'm not really sure, bucket. This is the large black building. Sorry, here. This bucket here is this building here, and this bucket is this building here. So obviously a big chunk of the puzzle, but not that easy to do. We may have to pull this one and try to do a bit of a sort through the middle building there. Got a lot of this here yet too, which will probably be in here, getting difficult to pull it. Then I have my black pieces. Dump some in there, pull them back out. This is my bucket of sort of edge and black together. I'll find the couple here that fell in. Oh, there we go. I think I got the bulk of them out of there now, so that's fine. So this might actually be worth it to tack that one, which would then allow me to maybe tie this area here together, and possibly this side here. So we may dig into that one a little bit, or at least put it in a larger bucket so we can see it and take it from there. But plug away at her today. Beautiful day outside, so I'm not sure how much I'll work on it today, but we'll do some and then let you know later where we're at. I've been struggling with this panel. My issue is the left side. If you look at the picture here, the left side is a conglomeration of odd, very dark buildings. Then we have this one large building up the middle. I've completed the bottom right, and then the top right is gonna have to be done just by piece sort. So what I've been doing is I had my bucket here of miscellaneous pieces, and I leafed through it for a number of hours over the last while and picked out what looked somewhat where I knew where it went by color, and then got to the point where I was really struggling. So we went to shape sorting. for the rest of that. So this bucket is now empty. We have my one cardboard here, which is the standard 2 ins, 2 outs. Then these are my other shapes here, all sorted by shape. So now I gotta go through and try to complete this side. Then I can tackle the other side by shape matching to the left. So if I come through here, and just as an example, I should be able to see pieces that are quite, here I'm going to have sort of just the one corner on it. There, either 1 or 2 corners. So I should be able to find a number of these just based on the shape where I've got them closed in. Here's one's closed in. All of those pieces are in here. That shouldn't be too hard to find. So by doing that, I should be able to start to narrow down the pieces a little. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue on that, try to finish off this side. Then we're able to tackle that side. This panel's going much slower than I expected, than I had thought. So we'll stay at it and let you know later how we make out. Oh, my cardboard's empty. And pretty much finished the left side of the puzzle. So now it's time to move over to the right side. Couple pieces missing, couple left over, no big deal. I'm sure they will turn up at some point. But what have I got left? I have this large building here, and then this one in the black, which was the same as I did up there. So now, this one here is the black pieces, and these two are both the other one, that larger building. They've not really been sorted, just put them in 2 different buckets so I could leaf through them a little easier. Found a few of the edge pieces that go along this right-hand edge. But I think that one's going to be a little difficult to do. So I think I'm going to try to do this top right-hand corner, this black, these ones here, because I should be able to match them off of this side over here. So I'm going to take a look at that. I think I'll put these on cardboard, sort them out, and see where we go from there. Time for an update. Okay, working on this bottom section here, panel number 6, New York City puzzle, and I am currently working on this building here. What I did was I sorted all of the pieces, my 2 ins and 2 outs, on one cardboard, and on the other cardboard I put all of the sort of pieces which are different, where they're 3 ins or 3 outs type of stuff. And as you can see, that's all I've got left of those pieces. I managed to get all of the rest of them in. And I did that by piece matching or size matching, shape matching from this side of the puzzle to this side. My very outside edge here, which is this row here, actually is not quite there, but if I look at this here, let me see how this works. Yes, this row here, the third row in, actually matches this row here. So I managed to start from there, and as you can see, I've got a full row of pieces which are 3 ins or 3 outs and so forth. I did that, managed to do 2 rows, counted further over, worked my way across the top, and found that there was a couple of rows here that were like that all the way down. This row was like that all the way down, so was this one, so was this one. And then since then, I've been picking away at this cardboard, which is the remainder of the holes there. And as you can see, they're almost all now 2 ins, 2 outs. So it's a matter of just looking at them for very distinct shapes, trying to pick the ones that are quite distinct, work like that, and then come back and fill in the rest. I found that some of it actually when I get to an area like this, which is quite open and I'm not sure how to start it, I found that it's better to come over here, find the corresponding space, and then actually build on top of this. And by doing that, I can get the exact shape, make sure they fit, and then when I get enough of them, then I transfer them into here. So we'll keep at it, and we'll let you know when we're done. Okay, where are we at now? Quite a bit's happened since last time. I think I had mentioned before, we finished off all of the dark blue, and so that just left this large building here in the middle, which is quite a few pieces actually. So my wife wanted to help me out, and because it was going slow, so she took all the pieces and put them face up in a number of different boxes and places. And so I showed her how to sort the different shapes, the sort of the 3 ins, 1 out, 2 ins, 2 outs, moving left, moving right, as well as the 3 outs and 1 in. She did struggle with the concept of the 2 different shapes of the horizontals and verticals. So once she had those done, I set them out on cardboards. Pretty much filled these 3 cardboards with them, but then started through here and did that by piece matching with this side here. I think the first row here actually came from this side, and then the rest from matching from over there. Working from top to bottom, top and bottom on this area here, I've done everything that has one of these distinct shapes where I can attach it. So now there I'm kind of stuck till I attack these piles. Down here I've done through most of them. I just got to check across the top and bottom to see if there's any more I can do. Once I exhaust that, then I will have to, these are my pieces that are left in the standard 2 ins, 2 outs. I will now have to probably need 2 cardboards, 1 for horizontals and 1 for verticals. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can place any more of these in. Once I'm done that, I will have to go to these and do the sort again, the horizontals and the vertical. It looks as though I'll have 1 piece of cardboard each. Then I should be able to really tackle this in a hurry to get it going. Not going as well as I'd like. If you look around, you see packing boxes. We've had to start packing since we're moving out of the house. So the pressure's on to get this done. Even though it's a nice day outside, I gotta work on this for a while. So I'll let you know how I make out later. So once again, we are down to the ever famous black borders. Up both sides, across the top, and then this being a bottom section, we also have across the middle. So those pieces are here. Oh, looks like my wife's already taken them out for me and put them in a couple of boxes. So I need to get this puzzle finished quite quickly. So I think what we'll do now is we will, well, obviously we're going to attempt to get this finished. So once we get her done, we'll let you know. There we are. Panel number 6 complete. I have to say this has been the most difficult of all the panels I've done so far. A lot of the reason being is the middle of the puzzle starts right here. This side matches this side. The left matches the right on piece shapes. And I found that this building here being as large as it was, I didn't tackle it because of the fact that a lot of these lines are all intermittent. They don't run straight through. So I decided to wait until I had done this side so I could shape match from this side of the puzzle. But normally this kind of area see if I can get out of this light here. This kind of area here is an area I would do last. It's not very distinct. It's difficult to do, but I ended up doing this first so that I could get the piece shaped for the other side. This black here didn't turn out to be, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too big, wasn't too bad, and because I had done that already here in the previous section, I was okay with that. This building here, this took me, I'd say this building took me about 12 hours to do. And so how I've been so far, I've been around that 50-hour mark per panel. This one, I lost track of my time, but I know roughly I'm about 70 hours to finish this panel. So it was a tough one. Glad it's done. So now we are down to 2 left, which is these 2. This one I don't think is going to be as tough as it looks. I think, yes, there's a lot of similar, but I think there's lots of lines to work with. If I look at this building here, you've got pieces that run horizontal, the lines run horizontal and vertical, and here you have the windows are all on an angle, so that will be easy to sort left from right. This building here shouldn't be too tough. And this one here also has an angled part plus a flat part. This building not being too large. And then a bit of miscellaneous, the blue, the green, a bit of the roof. I don't think that'll be too bad. Then there's this panel here, which will be a little bit more challenging because there's a lot of not quite so distinct pieces. But there again, you've got the horizon, the sky and stuff, so that's not so bad. I had mentioned earlier that I needed to finish all 3 of these panels because we've sold the house and we need to move. Well, with as long as this one took and things coming up and I have a trip out west to do, it's not going to happen. So unfortunately, I will not be finishing this 32,000 piece puzzle here before I move, as I still have the 2 on the right side to go. So we have 6 of the 8 done, but now I'm losing my large puzzle room here, so I'm not quite sure when and where we're going to get the chance to work on those last 2 sections. But either way, we'll break them up as we did in our other standard fashion into the 6 pieces, tape them, put them into the box, and then we will figure out what we're going to do after that. But in the meantime, so now I'm going to take this apart, tape it, and put it away. So if you like this video, give me a like and help encourage me to get to work on those last 2 sections. And we'll welcome any comments. And with that, we'll leave it there and we will catch you on the next video.